Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Sa pagkakataon na ito ay magkakaroon muli tayo ng self-evaluation sa subject na Sociology, Ethics, and Human Relation, particularly on the introduction to Criminology. Ang self-evaluation natin ngayon mga idol ay nasa pangalawang pagkakataon na, at kung nais niyong balikan ang part 1, ang link ng video nito ay nakalagay sa ating description box. Ang self-evaluation natin ngayong araw mga idol ay binubuo ng 25 katanungan. Hangad nating makakuha ng higit pa sa 20 para masiguro natin ang ating tagumpay sa board examination. Ang key to correction nito mga idol ay ilalagay natin sa kanyang description box at antabayanan ang pag-upload dito. Kung nakahanda na kayo, let's carry it on guys! Okay, let's start from question number 1. Once crime took place, it can be further explained by using the interaction of 3 factors except A. Motive, B. Criminal tendency, C. Total situation, or D. Resistance to temptation. Number 2. Economic gain, jealousy, greediness, revenge, or gratified desire win a competition. These are all examples of blank in the commission of the crime. A. Desire, B. Opportunity, C. Motive, or D. Instrumentation. Next, number 3. This is referring to a chance which consists of the acts by a person that enables another person to perpetrate the crime. A. Desire, B. Opportunity, C. Motive, or D. Instrumentation. Number 4. Leaving one's home or car unattended for a long time. This is an example of blank for the criminal to complete the elements of crime. A. Desire, B. Opportunity, C. Motive, or D. Instrumentation. Number 5. Ways of combating a crime except A. To wage a massive information dissemination campaign on crime prevention. B. To strengthen law enforcement agencies. C. To formulate effective rehabilitation program for the convicted offenders. And D. Support vigilantism. Number 6. What theory maintains that criminal behavior was believed to be the results of evil spirit and demons, something of natural force and controls behavior? A. Demonological theory, B. Classical theory, C. Neoclassical theory, or D. Psychoanalytic theory. 7. What is the theory of crime introduced by Sigmund Freud? Accordingly, personality is composed of 3 elements which include ID, ego, and superego. A. Demonological theory, B. Classical theory, C. Neoclassical theory, or D. Psychoanalytic theory? Number 8. Blank is the component of personality that is responsible for dealing with reality. The ego develops from the ID and ensures that the impulse of the ID can be expressed in a manner that is acceptable in the real world. A. Ego. B. Superego. C. AD or D. ID. Number 9. Somatotyping theory maintains the belief that inheritance is the primary determinant of behavior and the physique is a reliable indicator of personality. Who introduced this theory? A. Clarito Lopez. B. Sigmund Freud. C. William Sheldon or D. Cesar Lombroso. Number 10. What theory reveals that crime is a social and moral phenomenon which cannot be treated in check by the imposition of punishment but rather rehabilitation or the enforcement of individual measures? A. Classical theory. B. Positive theory. C. Neoclassical theory or D. Demonological theory. 11. Who proposed the positivist or Italian school? A. Clarito Lopez. B. Sigmund Freud. C. William Sheldon or D. Cesar Lombroso. Number 12. Criminal behavior is not a form of neurosis. That criminality may not result from an overactive conscience. A. True. B. False. C. May be true or D. May be false. 13. What theory asserts that the original cause of crime cannot be known? No behavior is intrinsically criminal, and behavior becomes criminal only if it is labeled as such. A. Labeling theory. B. Neutralization theory. C. Subculture theory or D. Differential association theory. Next, number 14. What theory of crime was introduced by Emil Durkheim? It maintained that normlessness creates criminal behavior. A. Anomy theory. B. Rational choice theory. C. Routine activity theory or D. Social disorganization theory. Question number 15. These are the factors which lead to the commission of crime except A. Desire. B. Capability. C. Opportunity or D. Intent. 16. What are the social responses to the crime problem? A. Prevention. B. rehabilitation, C. Control, or D. All of them. 17. Why are the amounts and kinds of crimes in the Philippines difficult to portray? A. A lot of crimes are not reported to the police. B. Not all crimes are reflected in the records in the police crime registers. C. Many crimes which are directly referred to the prosecutors are recorded in the police crime registers, or D. All of them. 18. What level of crime prevention is involved if it deals in the identification of factors in the environment which contributes to criminally deviant behavior? A. Primary level, B. Secondary level, C. Third level, or D. Fourth level. 19. This theory maintains that the lower class cannot socialize effectively as the middle class. In what is considered appropriate middle class behavior? Thus, the lower class form a subculture that rejects middle class values. A. Subculture theory, B. Rational choice theory, C. Routine activity theory, or D. Social disorganization theory. 20. Blank states that social indicators present in a society, such as a large number of single-parent households, high percentage of out-of-school youth, unemployment problems, and breakdown of social values are the causes of crimes. A. Social disorganization theory, B. Rational choice theory, C. Routine activity theory, or D. Social disorganization theory. Next, 21. An act or omission in violation of a criminal law in its legal point. A. Crime, B. Law, C. Criminology, or D. Victim. Next, 22. Classical theory asserts that human beings are endowed with absolute free will to choose right from wrong. Human beings are fundamentally rational, and most human behavior is the result of free will coupled with rational choice. Pain and suffering are the two central determinants of human behavior. It is introduced by A. Cesar Beccaria, B. Cesar Lombroso, C. Sigmund Freud, or D. Manny Pacquiao. 23. It maintains that crime rates are associated with poverty, disorder, high number of abandoned buildings, and other signs of community deterioration. A. Social disorganization theory. B. Rational choice theory. C. Routine activity theory. Or D. Social ecology theory. Next, 24. William Julius Wilson suggested a poverty concentration effect which may cause neighborhoods to be isolated from the mainstream of society and become prone to violence. A. True. B. False. C. May be true. Or D. May be false. 25, the last number. Strain theory, social class, also known as Mertonian anomaly, advanced by American sociologist Robert Merton, suggests that mainstream culture, especially in the United States, is saturated with dreams of opportunity, freedom, and prosperity. As Merton put it, the American dream, most people buy into his dream and it becomes a powerful cultural and psychological motivation. A. True. B. False. C. May be true. Or D. May be false. So, natapos na natin ang ating self-evaluation. Tingnan nyo na yung keto correction sa description box kung na-upload na. At i-check nyo na rin ang mga papel ninyo, bilangin. At kung nakakuha tayo ng higit pa sa 20, ito ay mabuti, ipagpatuloy ang iyong magandang performance. Bago tayo magpaalam sa araw na ito, mga idol, oras na naman po para ipaalala natin na huwag sana tayong mag-escape ng mga advertisement na lumalabas sa ating mga videos bilang tulong na rin sa ating channel. Okay, so hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.